Ladies and gentlemen, live from Belcaster Studios in Chicago, I am the TheOGFigKid.
I'm Mike Belcaster.
And I'm Snead, and I'm not in the house with you guys today.
But you will be here in a couple weeks.
Yes, sir.
We'll be a little jealous. You guys had some pizza going on a little bit ago. Looks like you're having a good time. Tom, is this your first time in Chicago?
I drove through it once.
Okay. First time in Chicago.
It counts,
and I'll be having some deep dish pizza later.
Awesome.
We're hooking it up.
So let's just jump right into it. Let's talk about the new gen arena. A week ago, we weren't sure what was going to happen. Now we got it all.
Yes, sir.
We have it all.
It's crazy what a week will do. You have to look at them together.
We're hanging. Look at this. We're like we're like the odd couple. It's fantastic.
I thought more like too close for comfort.
Yeah, whatever.
I love that you can see Tom's shoulder in Mike's view. It's so awesome.
It's great, man. We're doing
you can almost do a 2-man booth with it.
Yeah, we tried. We really fucking tried. Yeah, man. Happy Fig Night, guys. We're excited to see you. Sorry for the little bit of delay, but we're doing good. What's going on, boys? So what's in the news, Tom?
Well, like I said, we got the new gen arena. We got Doink. We've got this ring skirts. What else could we ask for?
It's crazy that a week ago there was so much question as to what we were going to get.
Yeah.
And then last couple hours for the macho and it exploded.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
When it started picking up the momentum the day before, I'm like, holy crap, I think we have a chance to actually get this ring. And then when it hit it by 4 o'clock on the final day, I'm like, shit, man, we're going to hit Doink.
Yeah. Talk about a trip. Mama Belcaster sends her love. And yes, for the new gen arena, man, what a trip that was. It was a wild ride, emotional roller coaster, which wrestling is filled with. You know, that was like kicking out at 2 2/3. Like it was 1, 2, boom, we blew up, and it was great, man. It was so happy to have it back, man.
Austin says OGFigKid runs my bank.
I think he means runes, because if I was running it, I would be sending me some money. Just kidding.
We can't talk about that, Sam. Of course, I'm having dinner with TK and BK and the staple. We're doing good, man. We're having a good time.
I'd like to say hi to my wife. I think she's at home watching. I miss you. And I miss Little Dash, but I miss you so much. And we'll talk later. And thank you for watching.
Yeah.
What's up, stuff, John?
Yes, J-Bone, Boney Khan.
Boney Khan, damn it.
Is in the room.
But so what's in the news, Mike?
Yeah, you know what? It's just been a crazy week. I'm still reeling in from that new gen arena. Like I can't breathe, man. Like that was such an underdog story. Just like Bill Murray would say, it was an underdog story coming in at the 5th, and we came in really, really good. You know, it was really good. I was pumped, man. I can't believe we're getting Doink. I don't know how many people thought we were getting Doink. But it's super cool, man. And like now we're official. We are officially backed completely. And there's still people buying it. And there's like 100 and something extras. And it's just
it's almost 200.
200?
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah, I saw your post earlier that said 100 people backed it after Macho.
Wild, right? And you're thinking about a value in there still. It's going to be crazy, man.
If you check up Wrestling Fig News on Twitter, he posted some mock-ups from Mattel showing the Diesel and the Doink in package.
Yes.
So for people that were worried they weren't coming in the packaging, go check out Wrestle Fig News.
Yeah, absolutely. And all the other Mattel boys, Rob Rudman and Steve Ozer posted it today. You know, we get to see actual footage. So it's super cool, and like I'm super happy to see, you know, just that they're working on it so fast. Gut feeling says I hope we get it a little early, just because they're doing such good work. But I'm not holding my breath because I want them to put love and tender care towards it all. It's gonna be great.
I just saw my wife post that she's watching. She's trying to get the puppy to watch it. But I miss you guys.
It's good. Yeah. We want dash here, dash and cash. We're all good for it.
So we're going to talk a little bit what was posted on WrestleFig News on Twitter. According to WWE Mattel Creations, they're going to be the upcoming set of box of retros will be around the $50 range.
Yes.
Again, I believe that's supposed to come out at the beginning of next year on Mattel Creations. There are more retros in the work, so retro fans will be happy about that. And another WW item is also in the works, but not announced yet. So that's exciting. That's coming to Mattel Creations. I love Mattel Creations because who knows what they could offer us anything they want, and it doesn't have to be approved to go on toy shelves. So it could be anything random. It's awesome.
Whoa, what's this that J-Bone's throwing out there?
Legends 2 with Shane Douglas and Scott Steiner?
Cut my fucking music. Well, this is awesome, man. We definitely need some Scott Steiners and Shane Douglas, another guy. Both two people that do not get enough love in the figure world, man. I want all the Scott Steiners and the Shane Douglases, man.
Yeah,
Dean Douglas.
Shane Douglas.
Yeah, give me Dean Douglas.
Well, did you hear on a major pod they were talking how Shane Douglas won't sign Dean Douglas anymore?
Good.
But that doesn't mean if he's getting a check, we can't get a Dean Douglas figure.
Damn right.
We got all the wives in. We got Nicole and my wife.
Yeah,
we're making friends in the comments. I like it.
It's a family affair. I love it, man.
So the other last thing from Mattel Creation on WrestleFig News is the next big funded project will not involve a ring.
Ooh.
It's
so
bold move, Cotton.
You'll have a couple more days left if you didn't get the ring yet, because if next year is a Hell in a Cell and you don't have a ring, what are you gonna do?
It's gonna be crazy, man. I'm excited to see where they go. Like I always said, I would love to see them go in chronological order. Next, give us the Raw, the big letters for the stage, or maybe in your house, and then we can move on to Attitude Era stuff or whatever the case may be. I'm super pumped for it, man.
Yeah, so John had just said that Legends 2 may be happening with Shane Douglas and Scott Steiner.
Ooh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, so
I'm here for it. I would love it, man. Super, super love it. Give you some lighting.
Funeral parlor with casket. Yeah.
And then there was light.
Oh yes, Undertaker. I love
the impressions being next to him now.
It makes it real, huh?
Dude, Sam's throwing out the comment. We need the golden era curtain, and look at that band. I would love it. Absolutely love it. We need some more love in the world, right? That's perfect. Yeah. I think Legends 2 would be by Cella, right? Is that what we're going with?
Oh,
Boney Khan, you got to elaborate, brother.
Comment on this. Give us a little bit more.
Goddamn, Boney, we're gonna throw you to the chopping block. Vince is gonna future endeavor you.
And another bit of news: Action Figure Attack stated that more Jeff Hardy's and Hulk Hogan Ultimate Editions will be dropping on Amazon. There will be announced date and time. So if you haven't gotten yours yet,
time to pre-order, man. Yeah, I know me.
That's why I looked at you,
brother.
Pay attention to WrestleFig News on Twitter. He's dropping the news all the time. Things go live. I'm giving away my secrets. I have the tweet notifications on for him.
You gotta do it.
And that's how I find out when stuff goes on. And I spend all my money that way. So
Chad brought up this awesome, cool thing. And it's not news, but we got to throw out a big shout out to Ring Skirts on Twitter. He's in the wrestling figure forums. Dude recreated the entire War Game setup from the early days with the entrance. If you guys need Ring Skirts or banners or anything for your action figure needs, this is your go-to. He makes the turnbuckle pads. He does so much cool stuff. I've been ordering from him since years. Yeah, and if MBG, good old Matt Goldberg, good new world order. Good old Matt Goldberg is putting him over, man. He does great work. That war game setup was awesome. I reshared it on Twitter a couple times. Dude does awesome stuff, man. And you could, I believe, don't quote me on this, but I think you could ask him to hook it up, and he will definitely make you one for a commission, which is super badass, man.
And our last bit of news, Wrestle Dudes are coming to Heroes Hideout. Demolition, Axe, and Smash. Pre-order limited to 2,000 tomorrow. It doesn't say a time. Does it say a time? No time. And there will be chases and there will be autographed.
Woo.
So check into Hero Hideout tomorrow. I don't have this set up to post pictures. I don't know if you can really see it, but it looks really cool.
We got 2 cameras we can work with. We'll figure it out. So.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, I like that.
They look really awesome.
Yeah.
Give me more demolition toys.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say we definitely need more demolition. I love
Absolutely.
demolition.
But dude, we have a very special guest today because we have Dan Friedman, and he's joining us from Squared Circle Toys. If we could let him into the Dan,
Whoa.
how's it going, man? Welcome to the show.
Guys, how are you?
Hey man,
Good.
how's up? How's it going?
What's going on? Well, you guys are just talking about demolition, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Axe,
Come
Smash,
on.
and
He
Crush.
came for
And
sure.
Crush. Gotta throw in Crush there a little bit. Gotta give him some love too.
Hell yeah.
Hey, listen, if anybody has an extra Mattel Crush Elite, hit me up. I don't have it.
Might
I
have
need
one in
it.
the basement. Just throwing that out there.
Guys, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. So, I mean, Dan, let's talk about these toys that are coming out, the new figures. I feel like this is such an untapped market that wrestling fans have been clamoring for years.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit, like what's coming? I've seen the pictures on Instagram.
So yeah, those are full-on renders. They're not actual figures; they're just the renders right now. Digital sculpts, basically. It's been a passion project of mine for about 5 years now, and it's finally happening. Like this year, it's finally seeing the light of day. Like things are finally moving forward. Yeah, like you said, it's like an untapped market. You know, looking at all the figure photographers, even people's collections. You know, you see like Fit Finley dressed up as a referee. You see so many different other characters. Randy Orton as like a security guard, just wearing like a black shirt. But there's never really been actual modern style figures of those offbeat characters. You know, like
Absolutely.
security guards, event staff, you know, I mean, yeah, we do see some referees, obviously Jazzwares with Aubrey Edwards coming out soon. There's been, you know, a few Jax Earl Hebners, but there really hasn't been anything like within the past, you know, at least I'm thinking like 10 years besides like little off things, you know, like, you know, retro style and everything. So it's
100%.
it's something that, you know, I thought that a lot of people would possibly enjoy.
Yeah, man. I was so excited when I saw this announced. I believe it was during Comic-Con week.
Mm-hmm.
I popped for that more than almost anything because we've been lacking referees and security and all that stuff. Like, and I love that you got both versions. You got a striped referee and then the plain shirt referee. You've got it all covered. What's coming to the line? What can you share with us?
Well, as of right now, this is actually going to be a Kickstarter campaign.
Sweet.
It's going to launch tentatively right now, September 13th. So it's going to be the first 4 that I shown, which was the modern and the classic referee, the event staff, which I don't know if it looks a little familiar, that event staff, and a security guard. So those are going to be the initial 4. As long as all that is met, you know, there are plans for several more characters, a little bit more in-depth characters to the, you know, whole world of wrestling.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping this does well, because there's been a lot of people asking for, you know, obviously a lot more than just the referee, the security guard, and dropping a little subtle hint. Yes, there are plans for a lot more. As you saw, I did show off the one like detective police officer as well. So as long as we hit the goal of the first initial 4 releases, there's going to be more characters, and with that police officer being the next one, and then thereafter that, as long as that goal is hit, the stretch goal, we'll get more.
That's so
So
awesome.
think of it like the tiers, like with Mattel, I was doing with this crowdfunding. It's going to be tiered like that as well.
That's super cool,
Oh,
man.
wow.
Happy to hear that. I think that this is a very awesome untapped market,
Mhm.
but something that's a staple for any
Staple?
wrestling. You heard me right. A staple for any wrestling collection, especially if you're doing fig photography or just you're into the full arena aspect of your collection. And this is something that I seen these. I was blown out of my mind. We did a live showing. Tom showed them to me for the first time, and while we were on air, and I was like, "No way, dude!" Because
I happened to see that. Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm so
Appreciate
happy. No, for sure. I'm so happy to see somebody catering to that market, because I think that's something that the bigger companies aren't going to necessarily do all the time, and it's something that's important, because if you're going for authenticity or realism in anything, like that's what you really, really want to see, right? Like you need that. Yeah. So I think you're on to something, brother.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
I think it's beyond exciting, because we've always hear people asking for referees. Like you said, you see people using Randy Orton as security.
Yeah.
Like it's so exciting. I'm starting fig photography now. It opens up so many more possibilities.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're going by 5? How about 5 of each? That would be great.
I think that's
5
what
referees, 5
we're
security
working for.
guards.
It's cool, man.
Yeah, and these are actually going to fit in scale with the what is offered by the other companies now with Mattel and Jazzwares and Boss Fight and all them. So they're going to fit comfortably into that world.
That's super
So
cool.
scaling and everything, articulation as well. They're going to be highly articulated figures. You can do definitely a lot of poses and everything. I wish I had something here to show you. Unfortunately, they're still in the prototype stage right now. They haven't come in yet, but definitely show you along with what the other companies have to offer right now, so you can see exactly how well they do mesh.
Yeah. No, it's super cool to see. Just the renders itself. It shows that you're like getting ready to prop. You're doing all the footwork into it, and make it super cool. I'm excited. This September date, I'm pumped for, man, because I'm getting my credit card and my bank account ready. We got a lot of good stuff going on, and like I do a lot of figure photography. I have a full arena set up in my upstairs. Like this is something that's like going to really tie in.
I guess we're a little froze here, huh, guys? Guess I'm taking over, huh?
And there we go. We got three fourths back. Can you hear us?
I can hear you guys.
All right.
Modern technology is awesome.
It was the old Vince Russo screw job.
Oh no.
Yeah. So wherever we were, we're super close to the line, man.
Forgot.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh yeah, I am too.
Okay, so my next question was, let's just go right to the next question.
Go ahead.
Can you say what the goal is of how many we need to have ordered?
Well, in terms of Kickstarter, you're really looking at a monetary goal. As of right now, I'm still in talks with the factory in terms of getting exactly the counts down, so I can't give you an exact number just yet. But before the launch, I will definitely have more information in terms of exactly how much we need to raise for this thing to be, fully funded and go into production.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's exciting because seeing the new gen arena and now see something like this with crowdfunding, it's just showing you there's so many possibilities.
Yeah,
absolutely. And this hasn't been done in the wrestling figure market yet, really. Besides with Mattel just doing this, the new gen and arena and everything. That's like really the first one. Yeah. There's been others, oddball stuff in terms of wrestling items, but nothing really in terms of like actual scaled action figures, really. So
yeah, no, for sure, and it's cool. I think that the market for this crowdfunding thing is going to really pick up a lot in the wrestling area, just showing by like what Mattel did and everything. But I feel like you're in good standings too with it, because like like I said, you're hitting this untapped market, and it's going to be really badass. And I don't know if you're a collector at all. I think this is perfect.
Oh yeah.
For your your whole thing. If you got an ECW set up, this is your stuff. The guys walking the Taz out, blocking the crowd. If you're going for Goldberg coming out of the locker room, these are your dudes. You get the officer with the the cuffs, the guns. Like, it's super awesome, man. And you're not being held back by a bigger toy company with a PG presence necessarily too, which is super cool.
Correct. This is all me. So. Pretty much. Go ahead.
How'd you come up with the idea?
I've always wanted to do stuff in the action figure industry, mainly with wrestling. I'm very passionate. I actually used to wrestle myself, and I've basically been collecting. I actually have two older brothers who started with the LJNs, so nice. I sort of came into the fold at the tail end of the LJNs, but I more grew up on the Hasbros.
Yeah.
So
I was an LJN kid.
Yeah, I was born sort of while they were being produced.
Listen,
not literally, but
Yeah, right. I'm an '87 child. I get it. I grew up on Hasbro's, Bone Crunch and action figures.
Oh, yeah.
Like just it's cool, and I love the throwback to the design you have for the logo. Like I'm not gonna add what it exactly is, but if you're a fan, you get it. You know what I mean?
Hey, I got no problem going there. If you know where that logo is, it's from the old Jack's Pacific Ringside Collection series back from 1997.
Yeah, and like
we got Sonny McMahon,
Jim Cornette. We got everybody through there, and it was super cool, man.
Yeah.
And like the second I seen that, I was like, I popped so hard. I was like, this is great. Like I marked out. It's like a little kid, man.
It's basically paying homage to that line. That's why I went with the graphics that gave homage to that old Ringside Collection logo and everything.
Yeah.
And if you know where that logo is from and everything, then you might have an idea of where the packaging might go as well.
Yes, that's cool, man.
So,
I love to hear that little Easter eggs like that, little teasers. It's cool. I feel like that's a good thing to pay homage to. I really think there was a really uncredited, underrated line, back in then, especially because we got a referee, we got Sonny, we got all these cool ass figures out of it, and like managers,
Sable.
And and it was perfect, man. It was super cool to see. Yeah. You trying the other one?
I'm frozen.
You're frozen.
Yeah, he's frozen again.
It's okay. He looks great. We're doing good.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Right. What did you're a big collector, I take it? Do you collect a lot of wrestling figures? Or?
I am. I mean, besides, I do oddball, collections here and there as well, but I mainly focus on professional wrestling. I have all my original Hasbros. I still got some LJNs, all the Titantron Lives, Ruthless Aggressions, Classic Superstars.
Absolutely.
I collect Mattel and everything as well. So
yeah, that's cool. And
boss fight, Mattel.
I love the boss fight guys.
Jazz wears up over here.
It shows like when you collect like that, you got a full feel for the scale, for everything. So you're in good hands when you got the collector working, future projects. That's why I love like what they did with the Mattel Creations. You see the passion they put through it. Same thing with Jazzwares. Jazzwares does so good with what they do because they're passionate about their product.
Absolutely.
And like that makes
between
me so
Magic and Steve Ozer, they're two amazing artists right there, and two amazing people that are just bringing life to a lot of this, the figure universe, really. So
yeah, and it's cool. Magic put you over hard in the DMs, man. He's like, oh, he's a badass, man. He's like, you're gonna really enjoy talking to him, and I was like, cool.
Magic knows me. How does Magic know me?
But it's cool, like even hearing that from him. Like I've been friends with him for a year now, and like he's a good dude, and like hearing him put you over and he talk about like this line in general, he's like, it's gonna be super cool, man. He's like, you need this shit for your toys. Like, of course you do.
Yeah, Magic's a good guy. Got a lot of respect for him.
Absolutely, man, and he's killing it. And like, this is what I love about the toy industry in general is like Steve's killing it in Mattel. You got Magic killing it there. You're killing it on this side project. We need more of that. It's super awesome to see. Yeah, and like we were talking about this guy Ring Skirts that we talked to on Twitter, and like he's been making ring skirts for arenas for years, man. Like every real scale, and like it's just cool to see. I love it, man.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's like we said before, it's an untapped market. Really, it's I'm very passionate. I love action figures. I love wrestling. And when I get a hold of something, I take it to the next level, and that's what I'm trying to do with this. Obviously those are renders what we got there, but obviously there's still going to be updates and upgrades and everything. So, people were concerned. People were concerned that like one of the biggest comments was, "What, the referee's not going to have the 5 count hand to slap the 5 count or do 5?" I'm like, all the offerings haven't been really shown just yet, so I'll let you know that the referees will have the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 count hands, and
I love it.
Definitely have the fists and everything. So you can get it all. You can count. When they do the count outside the ring, you do 1, 2, 3, and then so they'll have multiple offerings as well.
That's super cool to hear.
That's awesome for fig photography.
We got Tom back. Tom's
I'm back.
Even though he's sitting next to me.
Little glitchy, but he's back.
Yeah. If you really want, you could just shut this and we could just go on the camera together. But it's like, well, not shut it, but just stay here. You're hearing, right? We're good.
I'm here right now.
Yeah. So it's awesome, man. And like, I just love little, like I'm a sucker for accessories. Mm-hmm. And just like, like I still have my dumpsters from the Jax days. I got the door
and everything.
Yeah, the old grapple gear, man. And like this almost falls in that kind of category too, because they're accessory figures almost. Because you need this stuff. Like that's what I mean. Like it's such good stuff, man. Oh, we got a great question here. Can we get some camera operators or maybe some production accessories?
Why not? Sure, we can go above and beyond. But there's
hey, listen, the better this does, the more possibilities there are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So hey,
it's cool.
Might be sooner than later. We might get one. I don't know.
Hey, I like the deep tease, brother. It's cool, man. What was like your first big thing for wrestling? Like what got you into wrestling as a kid?
My 2 older brothers and my father watched, and obviously just guilty by association. I was watching as well, and my father, watched here and there when he got older, and my brothers sort of grew out of it, but watched here and there. But I never grew out of it. I still watch it, and then when I was 18 years old, I started training. So I was training for about I retired myself maybe about 4 years ago now. So I want to say about 15 years, really.
That's cool.
So, I mean, wrestling is a passion of mine. So,
yeah,
anything I do, and like I said, action figures and toys in general. It's like I remember taking apart my, some of the extra Hasbros I had or the BCAs that I had, and just using whiteout and markers and everything, and just making my own. And here we are, 20 years later, I'm actually making my own action figures.
That's super rad, man. Super, super awesome to hear. Like we all want to get there one day. You know what I mean? Like, and to see you putting the effort towards it, your passion, your love for the business, not just as a fan, but as also somebody who's worked, matches, been in the industry a little bit. Yep. You get an inside look at things. I love fig photographers that kind of were in the business, because they put those little extra attentions to details, like when you're putting somebody in a lockup and you're gripping right, and you see that little extra effort goes a very long way, man.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little about your collection.
Well, I mean, I don't really have much you can see a few little things back here, a little bit of, Golden Girls, the bowling pops.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of elites here and there, but I mean, I still have my original, like I said, I still have my original Hasbros. I still have my original Bone Crunchers, Titantron Lives, Ruthless Aggressions, some of the classic superstars. Unfortunately, I did part with some stuff down the road due to circumstances from the past, but now, little by little, we're regaining what I lost back then. So,
absolutely.
I mean, collect some stuff. NECA stuff. I was big into McFarlane years ago and everything. Right now, obviously, it's my passion will always be professional wrestling. So that's where the bulk of my my collection lies. Unfortunately, I don't have the house really to display it all, so it's sort of in storage right now. So
I'm right there with you, man. I'm a toter in a not in a fun way. Like I have 3 kids running around the house. It's hard to keep the collection out. My upstairs is hot during the summer, and because there's no AC up there. So like that's where everything's in boxes, But like during the winter, I try to like frolic out. It's like the animals coming out there in the spring. Like I try to set the arena back up. I start bringing out all the toys and stuff, and just try to have a good time with it. I love it, but it's so cool just to have somebody worrying about the people that are not just the wrestlers. Like I absolutely love the concept behind it. I can't wait to jump in on this. Like, and it's going to be so cool, man. Like,
I'd love to go above and beyond with it right now. I mean, literally every part from sketching to to sculpting to prototype to artwork and everything is out of my pocket. It's paid out of my pocket. I have no one really helping me right now, so. I wish I could do more with it. Like, I wish I could get names, like people involved, like actual, ring announcers and everything, which is like a goal of mine. So obviously a lot of these are more of like generic, some people I know, some, people, who've been in the wrestling industry in the past in terms of, the independence and everything. So I'm hoping that we can, eventually, do really, really well with this Kickstarter campaign and, really, really fund the hell out of it, because I would love to create, I put Series 1 on purpose because I have plans already for Series 2, Series 3, Series 4. I would love to do more. And add, names from the past, referees, ring announcers, managers, still keep within that ringside, collection chaos theme. So I would love to do more. I would love to branch out, do more, but still stick to, I'm big from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s and everything. So a little lost nowadays here and there. I mean, I still like the product, but I don't follow it as much as I did, when I was a kid and all that stuff. So
for sure,
that's where, that's where a lot of this is heading is, more like the characters and everything from those eras. But I was still, obviously we got a modern referee, and, referee with the zebra stripes really hasn't changed over the years. But, there are plans for other things as long as we can hit the goals with the initial 4.
Yeah, and I don't think that's a questionable thing. You know, I think it's very, very easy to get to. Hopefully, you know, fingers crossed, everybody's on board with it. By the comments here, it sounds like there's a lot of people on board with it. By the responses I've seen online, seems like there's a lot of people that are really, really down for this. It's almost like innovation at its best. You know what I mean? I love seeing it. We got all these real scale, you know, down to the detail arenas coming out, sets from both sides, from the Jazzware, from Mattel. It's almost important to make sure you don't kind of wash over these characters, these important roles. You know, I'm all for it. I love the referee concept. You know, I love the idea for the hands and stuff like that, and like you're full behind it. So like that means you're gonna, you know, really push towards it. And I love to hear that, dude.
Oh, I'm gonna go above and beyond. Once that campaign goes, I'll be everywhere. I'm gonna plaster everywhere. I'll try to be anywhere and everywhere I can.
That's great, man. Awesome.
You know, like you said, there's, you know, a lot of the comments and everything, you know, everyone was, I mean, you know, you got a few people here and there that are going to be like, yeah, it is what it is. But, you know, I've read a lot of decent comments, and it's, you know, blown me away pretty much. So, you know, I knew it's a niche market, really. You know, it's it's not for everyone, but for the people who really want it, you know, it's really good to hear. And, you know, for the people who are worried that we're not going to have, you know, like a variety of, you know, different characters and everything. I have as of right now, I have at least 15, 20 different characters planned. Not going to say that they're all going to, you know, happen, but it's like, you know, different versions of different characters, different styles and everything. So
if you ever need a balded man sculpt, right here.
I think you
I got a few of those.
I got long hair if you're looking for anybody.
I used to have that.
Right.
Me too. I used to have hair.
Well, I mean, the possibility, we got Cella Toys, we got Zombie Sailor coming out with all, you know, they're doing these huge names and stuff like that. I see unlimited possibilities for you know, down the future. Like, we got Fuji Vice down the road. It would be great, you know, like,
Fuji Morocco,
There we go. On my back, we're good. Okay. Yeah, Fuji Morocco, you know, there's a lot of cool things that you could tap into that just haven't been made yet. And just not by any like disregard on the other companies, but it's just so much stuff. And like so many people out there not signed to deals for whatever reasons.
Absolutely. Hey, you know what it is? What it is. I mean, there's plenty of untapped talent out there. Listen, I would love to, you know, get my, you know, my name in the hat with, you know, like wrestlers and female wrestlers and everything. But, you know, I'm focused on, you know, really like I said, the ringside people. But yeah, I would love to, you know, expand the market too. And, you know, go after that, you know, like I backed, you know, I pre-ordered some stuff from Zombie Sailor. You know, I think he's doing a phenomenal job. It brings, you know, that nostalgia back to the Hasbro line. I backed them, you know, the Mattel, you know, I'm getting the Savage too. So, you know,
love to hear it.
Nice.
You know,
cool.
You know, I got some stuff from Cella coming, and you know, I got my Mattel, my Boss Fight, my my Jazzwares, you know, AEW stuff and everything. So it's just like those people said in the past, and I'm going to say too, what a time to be a collector nowadays. So there's so much untapped potential that could happen. So I would love to, you know, get, you know, names and, you know, just characters, you know, from the past. How do we not have a Gordon Soley figure yet is beyond me, but it's like, hey,
100%.
You know, I think that would fit, you know, you know, that would fit, you know, that'd be a great series too, you know, maybe. But yeah, it's like, absolutely, you know, there's so much potential that we can do here. And, you know, if everyone, you know, pitches in and does their part, I think there's just, you know, it's sky's the limit, basically.
Yeah, no, it's super cool. I used to do timekeeping. You know, I've built the rings. I've done all the, you know, work. I used to work for a local indie promotion here, and like I love seeing like just like that. You know, you can get timekeepers now. We don't have any timekeeper figures. You know, we got nobody. You know, we barely have any ring announcers. We do have Snead coming back in. That's what I like to see. Hey. That's good, man.
Little
Yeah,
power
man.
outage. Little power outage.
It's all
you
good,
know.
man.
Technical issues all over tonight.
Right?
Sorry about that, Dan.
No worries.
Dude, what is your favorite toy in your collection, wrestling figure wise?
Oh wow. My favorite right now, I gotta say, listen, I'm wearing their shirt. My fondest memory is going to KB Toys in the Livingston Mall. I'm in New Jersey, by the way. So Livingston, New Jersey.
Oh, me too.
I went to the KB
Oh, you're right
Toys
down
in
the road from
Livingston,
me.
New Jersey. Well, I'm in Bayville. I'm down near in Tom's River right now, but I grew up in North Jersey. So,
That's awesome, man.
so I want to say my fondest memory and my best piece of my collection right now is the 2-pack of the Demolition. Yeah, it's
Love it.
Crush.
Yeah.
But it's like that fondest memory that I had when I was a kid, just walking in there, because my older brother had Axe and Smash.
Yeah.
And I
Nice.
love the Demolition, but my mom wouldn't buy duplicates.
God,
So out of the blue, we walk into KB Toys, and there's a 2-pack sitting on the shelf of Smash and Crush with the helmets.
I was gonna say with the helmets too.
With the
man.
helmets.
That one so
That's
much.
awesome. Yeah.
And
Love the helmets.
like I said, my brother had Axe and Smash, but his Smash's arm broke. So he just had it taped up and everything. So when we saw that, we're like, oh my God. My mom was like, go ahead. You can. He got Smash and I got Crush. And
That's awesome, man.
I'll admit to this day, Bryan Adams' Crush is probably one of my top favorite wrestlers. Never was the. I mean, he was good for the time. I mean, he wasn't the best. He wasn't, the most athletic and everything. But his character and Kona Crush and everything. And I saw him, live at the Meadowlands in like 1993, and it just, that blew me away. And I want to say that 2-pack was like, I still have that same Crush figure. It's beat the hell, but
cool.
It's still, that's like my grail figure. That's it. Like, and to get a Jax, like that Jax Classic Superstars when they came out with the Demolition Crush, that head sculpt and everything was just absolutely that really captured him really well. But like my greatest figure is that Crush Hasbro figure from the Demolition 2-pack with the helmet.
Yeah. Love it. Ring Skirts is wondering, do you have any interest for us to do like accessories maybe down the line?
So we do have a decent amount of accessories coming with the characters. Like you saw the referee, he's going to have his hands, and everything. Yeah, that's just accessories with hands and everything.
100%.
But you saw the police officer, which I'll shout out. You might know him, Brian Beatty. He is the sculptor on this line from Creation Crib, and that's actually
cool.
him. Yeah, that's actually him, who's the police officer, who's going to be the first stretch goal. But, you got the handcuffs, you're going to have the police baton, you're going to have the lanyards, like the event staff and security guard, they're going to have the clipboard. And I don't know if you can really tell on the pictures, but there's a picture of 3 characters and it says, "Do not let into venue," sort of like that gimmick from, the Young Bucks and everything from like a year ago or whatever.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
Awesome.
But you got the landlord, you got the walkies. There's more characters and a lot more accessories, but there's also plans. I'm still trying to figure things out right now, but there are plans to possibly put an accessory pack or 2 as well. What accessories? I'm not really 100% sure yet, but it's obviously going to fit into wrestling somehow. So even if it's
in the pipeline, that's all that matters.
Correct.
Yeah, I love it, man. It's cool. I really appreciate the want for you to be like wanting to do this and get this out there for people. I think that's cool in its own merit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Super badass, man. This is an absolute pleasure to hear more about this, talk about it. Do you got any questions? Since you've been dealing with technical difficulties the whole time.
Is there a Grail figure that you don't have that you have your eye on?
There we go.
I was It's difficult to say because I was a fan of and I still am a fan of the Jack's Ruthless Aggression, classic figures. And I happened to stumble upon a few prototypes in, my collection. Unfortunately, circumstances with family happened and, I parted ways. But I did have the original Manu prototype, who there's another collector out there who does have it right now. But my grail was going back to Brian Adams, was the unreleased. It was, I want to say, it was a Clash of Superstars. It was him as Evil Crush. And it was from when he wrestled Macho Man at WrestleMania 10.
Damn,
Pictures very, very rarely surfaced at all. People might not really even know that existed. But that's my grail because I have seen 100% confirmed pictures of that figure. Where it is, no clue.
That's insane.
Even though it's an unreleased figure, but that's like my grail is to one day get that. Like, hell, Mosh and Thrasher's Classic Superstars figures just popped up out of nowhere a few months back, so it's out there.
Yeah.
Who knows? It may have been popped apart and used for other stuff eventually, but who knows? But that's my grail. But
oh yeah, that's
Good luck
cool.
finding that.
Yeah, right. Well,
Yeah,
best of luck to you finding that.
or
man.
I might just make my own. I don't know.
Right.
There you go.
Both the Cello Toys. Cello Toys got the Brian Adams and Brian Clark contracts. So hey, maybe they can finagle something eventually.
Yeah.
This is exciting. Like I said, we're seeing so many new possibilities. We love this line. Thank you for coming
Appreciate it.
with the ideas. Many people want this. If we get further, let us know. We're going to push it to the moon for you.
Oh, absolutely. No, and I appreciate you, having me on and, talking and getting the word out there. Obviously, this is, you pardon the pun, but I guess you guys popped my cherry because this is the first podcast that I'm actually doing for this line. So,
Yes.
That's cool, man.
And it's like I said, it's the sky's the limit. There's so much more potential. There's so much more that once the thank you, Magic. I think you're okay yourself. There's going. The first initial 4 are going to be what you're going to be, backing and supporting on the Kickstarter, but you are going to see pictures of the next few figures that you can unlock, which, there's been a lot of people, even just, on this podcast, there are people who will be happy that there are a little bit more, broader characters eventually going to happen as long as we, get to the goals.
Sure.
You guys who are asking for certain characters, they might already be tooled up and everything. Who knows?
That's super cool, man. I love to hear the hype behind it. And you know what? I also wanted to throw this out because this is a really important detail. You're not just going for the normal guys. You got different ethnicities. You got different, sexual preferences. Like you're going to be able to hit all different genders and stuff like that. It's super important, man. And it's something that I don't see being showcased a lot in the figure line lately. And I that's something that's super badass, especially in the day and age we're in right now. We need more of that.
Correct.
More love for everybody around the page, man. And that's super cool that you even picked up that little bit of push towards that. I'm all for it, man. I was super for it, man.
So two of the first, two of the figures that I first revealed were bald white guys. So,
Yeah.
I saw the comments, obviously the event staff is me. And the security guard, it was another, independent wrestler from New Jersey who was a really close friend of mine who was actually head of security for the Great Wolf Lodge up in Pennsylvania.
Hell yeah.
And he's very adamant, would I've liked to have gotten actual names? Yeah, absolutely. But as long as we can get this back and everything, there's there's one goal of mine. Like if you noticed, yeah, all the figures have the same sculpt, same bodies and everything, but the collar is going to be like separate pieces.
Yeah.
So it's going to have a bow tie or an actual tie or just, the collar, but underneath there is like a regular t-shirt collar. So, and because I'm using my own funds for this, I don't have an unlimited pocket, well, not unlimited, but I don't have deep pockets like, let's just say Jazzwares or Mattel does. So it's basically right now you're getting one figure, but there's so many different characters that can still fit that one mold, but they're going to have separate pieces that will make them a little bit different than each other. Cool. But as long as this thing succeeds, I have plans to just go above and beyond, and more molds, different arms or legs or this and that, and spread the line out more. And there's different ethnicities. We can eventually, I'm saying eventually because as of right now it's only like really one body, so you get where I'm going. But there's plans for females as well. I might do one-offs here and there, but. So going back to the 80s and 90s, you guys follow back then. How awesome would a sequence jacket with Mike McGurk be?
Yes.
With the poof of blonde hair and everything. I mean, like, how amazing would that be? It's like that's one goal of mine. It's like, as long as we can get funded with this, it's like I'm putting that in. I'm going all out on that one.
Absolutely, man. Super cool.
So it's. This as long as the everyone is back back in this and everything, this is going to be pretty awesome.
Oh yeah.
So and I'm very excited for this. It's been a long road and it's finally happening.
Yeah, no, I look forward to the future of it, and I like, everybody in the comments right now is going crazy. They're like, take my money. I'm like, we can't wait.
How can we?
We cannot wait.
Not yet. I'll take your money in a few weeks. Okay.
Yeah. There we go.
But I'll throw it out there. Tentatively, right now, September 13th is when the Kickstarter will go live for this, and everyone can back it there. I'll have more information in terms of what the goal is going to be, how much they're going to cost, but I'm doing everything to keep the cost down. Yeah, it's going to be a highly articulated figure to fit in with everything nowadays. So I mean, the cost is going to be up there, but I'm going to make sure it doesn't exceed, what somebody's looking to pay for at least one figure. Like, I don't want to leave bad taste in anyone's mouth, and I want this to succeed, and I want everyone to be happy. And like, I'm a collector myself, so I have a ballpark number of where I would be, where I would spend as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's cool that you're doing that too. Like, that's that's important. Like, we've seen a lot of people complaining about the funding for Mattel Ring, saying it was such a pricey item. And there's a lot of people that disagreed, a lot of people that agreed with it, but like that's the hardest part, is finding the perfect target for people's funding, for people's wallets, for the bank accounts.
Correct.
We got collectors of all sorts. They have families, their kids, their parents buying.
I have a house, I have a wife, I have 2 kids myself. I don't come from money. I'm using everything that I have, which isn't much, but with Mattel and their crowdfunding campaign, I backed it because I thought, once with that Macho Man as well, it's like, this is a no-brainer. This is a no-brainer. I have to pay. I wish I had like gotten another 1 or 2 more just, for personal preferences, but only one. But
sure,
that one counted, and to see them hit their goal, and it's still going on, and you have 8,300. I don't know what the number is right now, but it's awesome, and just what crowdfunding can do for wrestling figures in general is could be great. So
for sure, man. No, and
absolutely.
Yeah, we're always here to help promote, to help support this line.
Yeah,
like we want it. We're hardcore collectors.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And
sure. I want it too. That's why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
We have the Tavern Fig Army.
Yeah, we got,
and they'll help spread the word.
Oh yeah,
like the Kiss Army, but we're the Fig Army. We're ready to roll.
And just to give people a heads up, there will be interchangeable heads as well. You're not just going to get really like one head, and so we will. Things are being sculpted up right now, but there will be more than what you see. So, like I said, those were only renders that I showed, and
Yeah.
I sort of jumped the gun because I wasn't really going to do anything until at least September. But with everything going on with San Diego Comic-Con and everything, I was like, I got to show this. I have to show them something. That's why there's not really anything else I can show you right now, because we're still in the, sculpting. Right. We're still in, the prototyping stage and everything. So, and as long as we, as long as this gets back, that's when the production is start. As long as we get fully funded, that's when production is going to start. If we can't back this and it doesn't get funded, we get nothing. So,
well, we'll be out there. We'll be working to get it funded, no doubt about it. I think we'll hit it. I said to so many people for years that want these figures. It's exciting. It's exciting, man. And really how much does somebody have to donate to get a sculpt of themselves?
You know what? Honestly, that is a plan and an idea for the Kickstarter. So
very cool.
The wheels are spinning. I actually have somebody who has been helping me out, who works for a company who has had multiple positive crowdfunding campaigns on Kickstarter and others. So I want to say that everyone's in good hands. And cool. That we're going to follow not a template, but I guess you can say template of sort of what they did, and obviously I'm going to change it up a little bit because it wasn't strictly wrestling. It was some other action figure, but they did great, and I got a lot of ideas from them. So
it's cool, man.
That's awesome, because I think a figure of the staple would be awesome.
We need concession stand workers.
Yeah.
Sam thinks I need a figure with a bunch of totes with all my toys in it. I love it, man. It's super cool.
Can you see, an action figure of a concession stand worker carrying a bucket of soda, or with the popcorn stick or the cotton candy or something?
Yeah.
So, exactly.
It's great. And this is just stuff that like I said earlier, it really completes the whole picture. You can't do a Van Gogh picture without all the right colors. Sure. So I want to see it, and I would love it, man. This kid wants to see me as a ring announcer, and I was his ring announcer, so that would be pretty cool, man. I love it.
Ooh,
dude.
Ring announcers, that's perfect.
No, it's sweet, man. I'm so behind this line. I can't wait for the future.
I appreciate it.
I'm putting you over to the moon, man. We just did a 20-minute Broadway. We're doing great.
We're definitely putting this over. We're going to get it back.
You can go over all day long, man. It's all good. I'll lay flat. We'll stare at the lights. We're great. Yeah, man. It's so cool. Man. I got nothing but love for this. We thank you so much for coming on and just sharing us. And we hope to see you down the line with updates and stuff like that. You're welcome here anytime to talk about this. We're so excited about it, dude. And we thank you for just putting this effort towards something that not everybody would have thought about. I think this is the coolest shit in the world.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me, come on and speak about this, finally publicly, so people are more aware than just who I was behind the Squared Circle Instagram. So
for sure, man.
Yeah, I had hit you up as soon as you made the post on Instagram about trying to get you on here to talk about it because of how excited I was.
Oh, so, I got slammed with messages, and it took me a while just to go through them all, to be honest with you. It actually was amazing. It really was. Like I knew that this was something cool, but with all the comments and with all the messages and everything, it's been really awesome. And there's still messages and comments that I haven't even gone through yet, because there was so much.
Dude, I can't tell you how much it means that you picked us to come on first and share this news. And
definitely, man. And when
going in order,
when the 13th happens and it goes live, you'll have to come back on and we'll promote the hell out of it some more.
Oh, yeah,
get some renders.
That'd be awesome. And like I said, I'll definitely throw some more stuff at you guys, more information when it's available. So
for sure,
once I find out the information, you guys will find out the information.
It's cool, man. Hopefully we'll all have better internet connection next time.
To you, Dan, and to everybody watching, It's crazy that Snead and us both had technical problems at the same exact time.
Right.
So we do apologize for that. But the content here tonight, what you gave us was amazing.
For sure.
The info is here. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Yeah, man. We appreciate it so much. Yeah.
No, and I appreciate you guys as well. Thank you.
Anytime.
Shit, yeah, for sure. Any Snead, you were cut out for half the conversation. You got anything to add or ask or anything?
I don't want. I mean, the one question that I had was answered, and that was, what was your favorite Hasbro figure? I think we know which one that was. I'm a Hasbro guy too, so now we. Yep.
I love it, man.
You know what? The yellow card series in general was one of my favorites.
Awesome.
Because
series, man.
Yeah, Nails, Kamala, Razor Ramon, first Razor Ramon, Owen Hart.
Yeah,
that was one of my favorites, favorite lines. And I actually remember walking into Amazing Heroes in Woodbridge Mall and seeing those, and
I hope Snead's
no, super crazy, man.
Yeah,
Kona Crush.
You can just squeeze in here if you want while it's buffering, Tom.
I'll be able to hear.
Yeah, here, look. I'll squeeze it out like this. We're working for a team here. So it's just sit close.
Frozen on the bottom again.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm frozen again. I'm just gonna rest my head on Mike's shoulder.
That's adorable.
We're okay. But yeah, man, no, we
I keep my Craig Valentine
appreciate you
with
coming
me, man.
on.
So
There you go.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
I know a few people have seen this too, but speaking on the Jack's Ruthless Aggression line, I think Matt Goldberg knows this one too, but
that's awesome.
Oh yeah,
Ruthless Aggression Shark Boy.
Dude, that's awesome, man.
Wow.
I think there's only like 3 or 4 of them known. That's
That
one of
is
my
awesome.
one of my favorites, because this was never released. This was supposed to be a part of, if I'm not mistaken, Wave 2 of the Impact series that goes to like the dollar store, Walgreens, and whatever. But
Yeah.
this was one of my. I just inherited this, maybe about 6-7 months ago, and that was actually one of my grails we were, talking about before. Like, I'm a Ruthless Aggression mark, man. As much as I hate the fact that Rey Mysterio is the same size as the Undertaker,
Yeah.
it's still this holds, these hold special places in my heart.
Yeah, man. I feel like that Jack's line with TNA didn't get him enough love, man. There were so many cool figures in the pipeline, and like it was awesome. But that's so cool to see Shark Boy hanging out, man.
Oh, he's never leaving the side. He's never leaving the side.
It's cool, man.
But speaking of my boy, this is another one of mine.
Ooh, that's minty.
Wow.
Yes, minty mint.
It's getting hot in here.
But don't take off all your clothes, buddy.
That's cool, man.
I think there's something special when people have their figures from when they were kids. I still have all my LJNs.
It's my classic crush, my Kona.
I love that classic Crush, man. That is such an awesome figure.
I wish they used the bulkier torso than like that
Yeah.
that torso that they gave him, and they should have used a shorts mold, not the long one. But I think it's still an amazing figure. I think that came out amazing.
That's super awesome, man.
But yeah, those are that's my boy.
Guy, man.
So yeah, man. I mean, I appreciate you guys letting me on and talk about this, and
Absolutely. And you're welcome here anytime you want to come on, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. We absolute pleasure to have you on, and we can't wait for the future. If you want to plug yourself again,
Yeah,
please.
tell people where they can find you on social media.
Yeah, man.
You can find me on Instagram at Squared Circle Toys, and then what's the other one? Twitter. What is it? Squared Circle NJ.
Awesome.
People are complaining that I don't own the website yet, and I actually do. It's just not functional, but it would be squaredcircletoys.com. That's the actual website, so that's going to be up and running as well very shortly to go with, the Kickstarter and to put up the news. It's basically, going to feed from Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
Man, we got a special question from
got a special question from Magic. What's better? Ooh, that's hard to say. He knows. He knows. I don't have to answer that question.
Yeah.
I don't know. I saw Steve putting you over before on our Instagram too.
Yeah, he knows. Steve was putting me over. How do all these people know me? It's weird.
Yeah. You're just all you're running wild, man.
I didn't have to answer because Magic knows that the WWE line is obviously superior. So.
Oh man, I love it.
Love you, Magic.
It's great, dude.
Oh,
but yeah, man. Again, thank you so much. Next time we get updates, we definitely got to throw it up and get back together on here. Talk more about the line. Talk about the future. Talk about more of this funding on Kickstarter because we definitely got to rock it out, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for
guys.
joining us, giving us your time.
Yeah,
no problem. I appreciate it. I'm staying up late for you guys too.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. Tom knows. He's got that East Coast struggle going.
Well, I'm from Jersey. I'm out in Chicago for Rampage tomorrow night.
Gotcha.
I hear somebody might be debuting.
You enjoy that.
Yeah, right. Nothing but a bunch of punks over here. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Damn Chicago
good,
people.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Thanks again, dude.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
I think that's
Take
what
care, man.
All right, thank you. Take it easy.
See you,
Thanks too,
man.
man. Yeah, man. So we're gonna wrap it up here, I think, right? We all good. I think we had a great time.
We have usually we do a question of the week, but I didn't come up with one. Does anybody out there have one question for us that
Damn Chicago.
that we can all answer about our figure collection
Yeah.
or what
anything,
we want?
man.
Let's have the audience pick one tonight.
Anybody got a final wrap
I
up?
wonder if my wife is still out there.
Drum roll.
Let's see. Man, that was exciting. He gave us such good information.
Yeah.
And again, we're really sorry about the technical difficulties tonight. But
No, it's too much awesomeness
so
going
crazy
on.
that that we both would have it at the same time.
Yeah, I just dropped out. Everything was everything faded to black
I
around
like
here.
this one. I like this
All right,
one.
let's go with that one.
This is we got two of them real quick.
All right, let's go with
We're
two.
gonna go with this top 3 Hasbros you consider unplayable.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, go
Take
for
the
it.
lead.
Tom.
All of them.
Oh, God. Okay. All right.
It's fair. I'm just gonna say Yoko, Ric Flair. Ric Flair is horrendously to be played with because he's stuck like this.
Yeah, well, and Rick Rude too. It was the same. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my next one, man. You got it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And then we got
I just wasn't a fan of the jumper figures.
I wasn't a big fan of the jumpers either. Nowadays I think they'd be more beneficial. You could do the kicks.
Goldberg
That'd be
agrees
all
with me.
Damn jumpers.
Hated them, man. Snuka. We had Snuka. I believe the first Brutus was one.
Yeah. Dude, it was weird.
Sean,
It's just uncomfortable to play with. And then they had that weird the growth in the back. You know, it's just awkward.
Steamboat was a hard one to play with too, man. With all the entrance gear and stuff that he had on. That was
No, for sure. So we got a lot of Ultimates questions.
God, there was a lot of jumper figures. Now that I think
there
about
was too many jumpers. Way too many jumpers. We got Sam's asking Ultimate figures are waiting for. We got Matt asking what Ultimate guys do you want to see in the next crowdfunding project? Let's mash this up and wrap this up.
All right, let's end with this question. I'll go first. The one I'm waiting for is a Roddy Piper.
Ooh.
It could come with a coconut, could come with bagpipes, could come with the cloth kilt. Give me Roddy Piper. You could do 3-generation Piper with 3 different heads because his body was really always the same.
Yeah.
Short hair, long hair, open mouth Piper. Like, just give me any Piper. That's what I want.
I love it. What about you, Snead?
I'm going to defer to you. I'm still kind of thinking about it, man.
All right, for rock and roll. I kind of want it, and this is a hard one to shoot for, but I would love to get like a Too Cold Scorpio with the hat. You know, it's hard to make this an ultimate, but we got this new gen arena coming out. We need to fill up the new gen ultimates more. You know what I mean? I would love the next crowdfunding project just be a couple ultimates from that era. Like, give me Too Cold Scorpio.
Give me Mountain Rock.
Yes. Some Atom Bomb love, you know, some good stuff, man. I'm all for it, dude. I would absolutely love it. And Piper would be so badass. Oh yeah, Baba, we need a Piper, you know.
Like I said, 3 generations in one figure with the hot rod shirt.
That would be fantastic, dude. Absolutely fantastic.
All right, guys.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
you guys.
I think this is the end of Fig Night for the night, right? It's been a
Wrap it up,
blast.
man. Yeah.
Snead, you want to let's plug the tavern since you're the one who's got the best internet connection.
Yes, I mean, you guys can find us on Apple, Spotify, anywhere you download your podcast. You can find us on Thursday with the Staple Show. Well, Wednesday is the Staple Show. Thursday,
All right, get it straight.
Wednesday, you'll get the Turnbuckle Sessions. Thursday, you'll get the flagship Turnbuckle Tavern. Mondays, you'll get the debate. We have a special debate coming up this week that we just had.
So much fun.
Yeah, we had Kyle Davis
much
from NWA on.
Woo!
Yeah, and then you can find us on pretty much any night with a recap. You can find Fig Night on Thursday. You can find SmackDown and Rampage recaps, Raw recaps, and then just news. So make sure you guys are going and just hitting the subscribe button. It's really important. If you're not subscribing, grab somebody's phone and subscribe.
Oh yeah. Yeah, throw
Grab
them
their
up there one more
phone.
time.
Grab all the phones around you. Go to the Turnbuckle page. Subscribe to the YouTube.
Yeah. No, we're a machine. So
Can
We
I?
are.
I want to thank Mama Belcaster because right before we went on air, I just got some big news. Getting to go to Wrigley Field on Sunday, baby.
woo!
Check that one off my bucket list. I'm so excited.
You getting some Portillo's too?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
we're getting Portillo's.
That's happening.
Don't worry.
No matter what goes down
Don't
this
worry.
weekend, Portillo's is definitely going
I
down.
love it. I love it.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate y'all, and we can't wait to see you next time.
The support means so much to us, guys.
Absolutely.
Like I keep spreading the word. We're sorry about the technical difficulties, but you guys supporting us, you really mean a lot. You really
Hell yeah.
do. We're growing, and it's thanks to you.
Hell yeah. Good stuff, guys.
Tavern out.
All right.